Okay, test 1, 2. Volume looks good. Everything else does. All comments is on. Interview mode is on. So we'll just wait for CJ to show up and let us know in the comment section. And then we'll figure out what's going on. So CJ and I were talking, and we were thinking this might be a way to work towards doing a weekly or bi-weekly or once a month type joint live stream where we'd have multiple people answering comments and questions. Okay, so CJ's here. So CJ, you're in YouTube, regular plain YouTube right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a boom. All right, so you should see a link now. Before you click on that link, that's going to take you from YouTube into Ecamm. And when it takes you into Ecamm, you should go back. Make sure you go back into your other window, all right, and mute that window that's in YouTube. You want YouTube muted. Then click on that link and you're going to show up in my green room, is what they call it. All right. So we'll wait for CJ to work his way around that. For those of you that don't know CJ, and actually got a whopping 6 people to experiment on. Hi, Paul. How you doing? It's good to see you. Oh, Bruce is in the Philippines. How you doing, Bruce? So anyways, what's going to happen, CJ, is you'll click on that link. And that link, or you can copy paste it, whichever one you want. And that'll bring you into the Ecamm environment. And once you get set with your camera, your volume, your microphone, everything that goes along with that. I'm just getting back to the stream. I don't know what you mean. It's not taking me to Ecamm. Are you in Google Chrome? Let me. I posted the wrong link. And that's why we do these experiments. Sometimes we make mistakes, and that's one of them, CJ. I'm sorry. There you go. That's the correct link for you. I apologize. So what happens anyways is that that's going to take you to the Ecamm environment. And then you'll do your basic setup. It's different than StreamYard, just a little bit. Hey, James, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well. We're just messing around, testing some stuff. So CJ is joining, but I don't see his camera. All right. So I can put him there, and I can assign him to guest 1, and then boom.
All right.
Oh, and you sound good already.
I know a thing or two.
So anyways, CJ and I are just playing around, taking a look at some way that this could work for doing a joint live stream, or even, to be honest with you, CJ, we could do YouTube meetings like this. We could make these private, send out only the people that have the link are able to even see it. So we could do something like that. Now, this is Ecamm and not StreamYard, and it has some limitations. Okay?
Is this something you pay for?
Yeah, unfortunately,
Okay.
I do.
How much is it?
I want to say it's like 45 or 49 a month or something like that.
Oh, okay.
You know,
All right.
it may be cheaper. I don't know. I've had it for a long time. It is aesthetically much more pleasing than StreamYard.
Okay.
All right. I could, if I wanted to, I could be doing a lot with the background and everything else. In StreamYard, you can do that too, but you end up with overlays that have to be managed.
Oh, okay.
All right, but
So
like
even my background is blurry, just like it is on my live stream. I don't know why it's doing that, but I like it. I'm cool with it.
which camera are you on?
I'm on just the webcam out of my laptop.
Really?
MacBook Air.
I wonder why. I don't know. It's nice.
Yeah, I like it. It does it on my live streams too. So
it's almost cinematic.
yeah.
So, Aussie Steve. So you see the comments now.
Yeah.
One of the options here that we don't have in, like let's say you have a troll.
Yeah.
You can see off to the right in the comments, you can see ban, BAN.
I don't see that.
Okay. If you click on them, do you have options? You should.
Nope. It's not giving me any options at all. Not even. Okay. I can't even comment here. There's not even a.
Oh, okay. At the top right section of your Ecamm environment window, it'll say all comments and favorites, or all comment. It'll say like private and general comments.
So I got comments, but I'm only showing 2 comments right now, and then it says comments from live viewers, and then there's a thing called guest chat, which I think that's me and you can chat back and forth, and nobody can see that.
Huh.
But there's no other.
But you are a moderator. You should have that ability. So if you click on somebody's,
you know what? When I logged in, it didn't ask me for an email address or anything. It just asked me to put my name, because I'm not logging in with Google to this.
Okay, but you don't need to log in with Google. I mean, if you look at your comments, you've got a wrench beside your name.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
So you are a moderator.
Yeah.
But
if I'm in the YouTube software, I can see all this. Yeah, I can see all that stuff. But if I go into YouTube.
Okay, so if you go into YouTube, so you're flipping between screens.
Yeah.
So if you're in YouTube, you have the option to like time somebody out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then all right, but you don't see that option in Ecamm.
No, I can't click on anything in Ecamm. I don't also think I'm getting all the messages in Ecamm either, unless it's coming across slower. Just do
there's going to be some lag.
Yeah, but yeah, I can't do anything in there.
Well, that's a pain. So, all right, I'll have to look that up. It seems to me there should be a way to take care of that. So, but like for instance here, I can flip it like this. I have another guest like this, another guest.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right. So, I mean, we could have, a series of guests, but in StreamYard, it'll automatically pre-size all those windows. All right. but I have to build all of these as templates.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's a little bit of a disadvantage.
That's why I wish YouTube would bring back this like Google Hangouts that it used to have, where it would just automatically do it. You did your live stream through YouTube, and then you would just send the link to anybody you wanted. You could bring as many as you wanted. It would automatically switch to them. So like if I'm talking right now, the full screen will be on me. As soon as you start talking, the full screen will be on you automatically. You don't have to do nothing. That's how it used to be. It was so nice.
You mean it
And then,
like sensed your voice or that
yeah,
person's voice and
yep,
flipped over?
yeah. It was
Oh,
so
that,
cool. And then YouTube took it away back in like about 5 years ago, 2019, and I was like, man, that was like the best software ever. It just used Google Hangouts.
huh. Well, that's weird.
Yeah, I wish
That,
they would
re-
bring that back. It was so nice back then.
that would be nice. That really would. I think what I would do, we may have to test again just using StreamYard if
Okay.
you're not going to be able to um, use the options, if you're not able to ban or put people in timeout. I can
Yeah.
ban them. Like underneath a comment on my screen, it says add to broadcast, and that adds to the broadcast.
Yeah.
And then beside that, it says ban.
Yeah. See, I got mute, share screen, and hang up. That's it. And then on the right side is just comments.
Really?
And then I think we, as a guest chat, I think that's something chat privately with the host and other guests. So anybody who's in here, we can
Yeah,
have our own little chat.
that private chat, I'm not sure whether that's going to be through some sort of. I think what happens there, it's going to go to everybody that's. And you know what? I don't know whether it's just to the host or to all the moderators.
Yeah.
Like I can. Well, you're a moderator, so I don't know for sure. And I have to figure that out. CJ, when you gonna take? Never, Bjorn. Never. And it's not that I don't trust CJ. Okay, I really and truly, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm a big boy, and my sense about that's
Mine.
why that's why I can't drive. And I'd be pretty dangerous on the back of a bike because I can't feel when I'm leaning. When you're leaning, you're going to be putting your foot, on that peg.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much pressure, how much weight. And I can tell you, I rode for all my life up into my late 50s. And I think I'd be screwed up. Oh, Alex is here.
Bam Bam, what's up, man? I thought no, James is live right now. Too.
Who is?
Chocolate Man in Thailand.
Oh,
James
I don't know him. Alex is here. Thanks for joining. We're just testing out some stuff with CJ. One of the things that CJ and Chubbs Dub C are trying to head up is trying to get YouTubers to help each other, collaborate, work together, and do things together. Because some people have a lot of common interests, and it would be nice if there's more than one way to do that.
Yeah, I like this idea too. See, this is where I get all this stuff from Alex actually, because those guys all hang out together. They all do stuff together. There's a bunch of YouTubers that kind of get together. I know him and James are always together doing stuff, and like seems like it would be fun,
Yeah, but see, I could never do that in Thailand.
Yeah.
Because wherever we would go, I would just want to eat.
Yeah.
Because the food is just that good. We'd have to do a get together somewhere.
Samoy mug.
Some way.
Yeah.
We'd have to do a get together where there's no food.
Yeah.
And here in the Philippines is no problem. If I got a plate of chicken wings, I'm a happy camper. But and even that, a decent. Which kind of reminds me. Did you see Hooters is shutting down, closing more stores?
The one in Bangkok or just
No, it
all
didn't
over in the
say.
United States? Okay.
It said I hadn't read the article. I just saw the headline. It said closing dozens of stores. So I really liked Hooters wings.
Yeah.
So, but no, but this would be a way. But I want CJ or the moderators to have a little bit more control. So I might have to do StreamYard. But this type of situation, I mean, you could have a meeting with a half a dozen YouTubers. Say, oh, you know what? I'd love to go, but I can't make it. I'm stuck at home today or whatever. That would be fun to plan stuff like that. To bounce ideas off of each other, to figure out. I mean, for those of you that don't know CJ, for those of you that don't know CJ has spent a lot of time in the Philippines, in multiple cities, and in addition to that, he's really big biker, and technically, from camera gear and video gear, he's really, really good. That's it. Alex, I haven't tried Restream. I wonder if it is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing than StreamYard. That would be interesting.
Is that what you use, Alex? I know you stream every Sunday. I usually watch. I'm usually watching on my TV though, so I don't comment much. I just watch on the TV. But I'm usually watch a little bit of it every Sunday night. But I know your comments look different when they come up on the screen, I think, than what I'm normally used to. When I do my live streams, they're only on YouTube, so I live stream straight from YouTube.
Yeah.
I've never used any of these things.
No, and that's one of the reasons that I like Ecamm. It's 4K, and StreamYard is 1080. And I don't know what YouTube does, to be honest with you.
What camera are you using?
I'm using right now, because I had a couple other things. I've been having a really crazy day. I'm using my webcam that's on my iMac.
Okay, is that what you usually use?
Yeah, actually it is. It does well.
So I used to use, my Pocket 3, but it crapped out on me one time when I was right in the middle of a live stream. So I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that no more. I've just been using my webcam, but I'm kind of thinking about getting that Insta360 webcam. I think that does 4K as well, and it'll track you and stuff like that. It just plugs right in your computer. It powers from your computer, and it's got like a little mount on it, so it just sits on top of your laptop. It's only like 15,000 pesos too.
Really?
Yeah.
I saw you doing a live stream the other day, and it looked like it was tracking you, and I assumed you were on your Pocket 3.
Yeah. So it would move around every time it would just automatically move around with me. Yeah. So I like that. So the Insta360 one, I'll send you a link to it on Lazada. It's like 15,000 pesos, but once in a while they have it at the camera store in the mall here at the SM Mall. It looks just like the Pocket 3, but it's kind of like cut in half, and it's just got like a little mount built into it. But I'll send you that link on Lazada. But
oh, Brewmeister came in. Well, hey, Brew, how are you doing? So, CJ, I don't, I'm limited. My real estate is limited. So
Yeah.
I have to.
So this thing
Um,
would like basically mount on top of your on your iMac right there,
huh?
and then you just plug it into your computer, and then it will track you too. Yeah, it's called Insta 360 Link, and it does 4K. It's an AI webcam. It's been around for years, but
Yeah, Bruce. I know it's um, you're only going to be able to view in YouTube 1080. You're not going to be able to view or live stream at 4K, but this is recording at 4K. So if I was to put the video out there and I missed a message somewhere from Bruce, I guess. If I was going to put this out, it would go out as 4K, or it may be limited to the feeds that it's getting also. Oh no, and I don't have a 4K camera hooked up right now either. My iMac camera is not 4K. If I was
1080p also.
right, so I mean, if I had my Sony hooked up, it'd be in 4K. If I had my Pocket 3 hooked up, it'd be in 4K.
I might pick up this camera actually.
CJ, you're gonna have to get a bigger house if you keep picking up cameras.
Look at that new X4.
Man, I mean, I remember when I was young, and I would buy all this stuff. And then I remember moving to the Philippines and saying, what am I going to do with all this stuff?
Oh, I plan on going to Korea to like trade in a lot of my gear. Like I told you that this morning. Like I got so much shit up here on the shelf that just got to go.
Well, it looks good in the background. You know?
Okay, so the change in the ownership on the bike is I went through a company called McGuire to do that. And I've got so basically what happened was the guy that bought it off of, he bought it at V Bikes. There's a little cafe here, but they sell motorcycles, used motorcycles, and usually good condition. And this bike is in good condition for being a 2021. And they switched it over for him and then registered it for him in his name. But it expired right there on the spot. Like as soon as he handed it to him, it was already expired. So they didn't actually register it for another year. And he didn't know that. He thought that it was registered for another year. So he'd been riding around for a year with this thing unregistered and had no idea. So I get the bike and I'm riding around unregistered. I thought it was another year too. Turns out it wasn't. So I had to pay like a 400 peso fine to re-register it. So it's all registered now. And they say it's going to be like 3 weeks before they actually get it switched over to my name. So I don't know why it takes 3 weeks because I did switch over when I bought my car from Drake. That was like maybe an hour we were in there. So I don't know why it takes them 3 weeks, but I probably won't use that company again.
Yeah. I use McGuire.
Do you?
All my insurance. I do all my insurance with them.
Oh, okay.
And I got to say, I've been really.
Yes, everybody said it was good. Everybody had really good things to say about them. I'm totally fine with how they did it. It took them a week to get my bike registered. So it was unregistered at all. So I couldn't ride it for a week because I was like, oh, shit, my bike's not registered. I'm just going to park it for a week because I don't want to get pulled over. And the thing is I think Brian had did a video a while back saying that if you're riding an unregistered bike and get pulled over, it's like a ridiculous fine now, like more than 10,000 pesos.
Yeah.
I think maybe he said 17,000. And I was like, I'm not paying no 17,000 for this, so I'll just park it for a week, and I went down there every day and I was like, where's my registration? Oh, we're not done yet. I'm like, okay, well, my patience is running out with this. Riding that bike, man, it changes my mood. I could be in a bad mood. I get on that bike, I'm not in a bad mood anymore. Yeah. Even though they're horrible drivers here, I'm on a good mood when I ride the bike.
Yeah, I can sympathize. I used to ride a lot, and I mean, it was not uncommon. I mean, it was. I lived in, I think, one of the best places in the world to ride. I mean, I was literally 45 minutes from Sedona, Arizona. Um,
Oh.
Honda, um, BMW,
Mhm.
and somebody else Harley, all did commercials
Okay.
riding what's called Oak Creek Canyon. It's the side road up in Sedona. It's a beautiful twisting, turning, running right beside they call it a river. It's
Mhm.
really a creek up between the desert flat and Flagstaff, literally. So, I mean, it goes up like 5,000 feet, something like that. I don't know. But I could I could be there in half an hour. And then,
Nice.
Arizona, um, I mean, it's just wide open. The only problem with riding in Arizona is the rocks.
Mm.
There's a ton of, you're in the deserts, you got little pebbles,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you're going to pick up little tiny
Yeah.
specks
Oh, yeah, yeah.
all the time. But we used to ride to Vegas all the time and to Reno and San Diego and um,
See, I just got new glasses, right, just a few weeks ago. And my old glasses, I had to replace them because the lenses were scratched to shit. And I didn't
really,
realize it, but I went to look at them afterwards. I was like, oh, yeah, they are pretty scratched up. And it was all from. But then I took my glasses off to ride a few times, and I'm getting hit in the eyes like every couple seconds. So you put a visor over now. I ride without my glasses on. My eyes aren't that bad. I can still see. And then I slide the visor down so that I don't get hit in the face with so much stuff. There's a lot of stuff floating through the air here. When you get going, 60, 70 miles an hour, it hits you
yeah.
in the face.
JJ the Lonely Bull. Hey Mike, did you see my YouTube studio? Do you mean you have a home studio now, JJ? I don't think I've seen it. I really and truly don't. I've been screwing around. I mean, we've been out of town, and and then today I could kick myself in the butt. I uh, I did just about everything you could possibly do wrong, making shooting a video of our hotel room in Boracay. Um, I didn't realize the TV was on and they said, welcome, Mike, blah, blah, blah. My personal name's out there. I'm like, oh, I got to edit through this. I got to edit through that. And then it was like, oh, I got to do this. So I spent like 3 hours today fixing all of that. I mean, an hour here and hour and a half watching TV, an hour here and hour and a half. So, uh, but yeah, no, I mean, I could never do hotel reviews. That's for sure.
See,
That is,
yeah. When I used to do them, I would just do a one take and walk through and show it. Now
I
I don't do it.
couldn't.
I don't. Well, I guess I did the Central Park down there a while back in Subic, but
Yeah,
yeah, just a one take though. I like doing the one take videos, and I've been reading a lot about them. The YouTube seems to be pushing these no edit channels anymore. Like
really.
people just upload right from their camera or whatever. They don't edit anything anymore. And they're growing. Like one guy, it was a Think Media. They did an interview with this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, I just blew up. My channel just blew up. I was just doing one take videos, just talking, sitting in his car, just talking about whatever in his car. One take, and upload right from his phone."
Poor Alex. Alex, man, more power to you. That's all I can say. I mean, I just, I just really and truly, um, I don't know. It's just not. I am too lazy. That's my problem. I'm just too lazy, and that's the bottom line.
I got a bunch of still a few more house videos that are coming out that are rentals here in Timog. And those have been doing pretty good. You know,
Well, good.
I'm basically restarting my channel now, but it's actually growing. It's doing better now than it ever has. Now that I kind of
Great.
restarted, yeah.
Great. We're
So,
still, I'll tell you, we were doing well before we went on vacation. And now, you
oh,
go 3 weeks without posting a video, and man, it shows.
yeah, you start over.
You really do.
See,
Ruby.
I took like 6 months off, and it was basically like starting over. But now we're rolling pretty strong now.
So let's see here. How you doing, Ruby? JJ, my guest today this is CJ Abroad, and this was really meant to be like a test, and now I'm finding out some more fundamentally bad parts of Ecamm. It is aesthetically better, but unfortunately, even with CJ being a moderator, apparently, I wonder in StreamYard as a moderator, but not the channel owner, are you able to have? I'm going to have to do another test using StreamYard.
So I just editing like a screenshot of what it looks like on my end on Facebook.
All right. So I'm looking at it.
I have not. We just signed a new lease at our house. I just signed a new lease here, so I'm still gonna be here for another year. I like it here, but I might be looking in another place. I might actually look in another city that's close by. I'm looking at possibly Tarlac or even San Fernando. I like San Fernando a lot. I go there often, and I like it there.
Yep. So I'll let CJ answer that. Aussie Steve, are there a lot of Harleys here or only small bikes?
So there are Harleys here. There's a Harley dealer in San Fernando, but the bikes there are very expensive. I think they're probably 25% more than they are in the States.
Wow.
I looked at I was looking at one that was, you could get it in the States for about 23,000, and here it was 28 equivalent.
Wow.
So for the same bike. Sorry, let me be right back. Let's get this music off.
All right. So Ruby, yeah, well, maybe I am just getting old, but I'm still lazy. Alex says he's actually making a thumbnail as he's speaking. Bruce says if you're still on YouTube, you can time out. Yeah, he can time out from YouTube. I just thought he'd be able to do it from Ecamm also, but apparently not, which is a little perturbing. I wonder if that's going to be the same way in StreamYard. Is he going to have to switch, or would any guest that's a moderator have to switch back and forth between his YouTube window and his StreamYard window?
Yeah. See, if I get that webcam, I could plug it up on these screens up here, actually, and then have two different, then control it that way. That'd be easy.
Yeah, it would be.
Because I do have two screens. I have my laptop here, and then I got my Mac Mini up here.
So
Bruce says he's in San Fernando. Yeah, I think San Fernando is a pretty nice city. I go there quite a bit, so it's like, it's an option.
I tell you,
housing out there. I actually got a guy that I've been stationed with twice in my career. We're the same career field in the Air Force. He lives out in San Fernando, and he loves it. He built a house out there, and everything is, yeah.
No, I like the mall in San Fernando. That mall is way better than Clark, in my opinion.
I mean, SM Clark's good, but I think the SM Pampanga is a step up.
Yeah, and they have Panda Express
and the Viking Buffet too.
You know what?
My Viking Buffet video that I did has got 10,000 views on it. It's only been like a week and a half.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's just a short that I did on the Viking Buffet, and it has 10,000 views on it. It just hit 10,000 today.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait. I tell you, we did the prime rib. They have at the resort that we were at, they had a prime rib buffet.
Oh yeah.
Nice. It was outstanding.
You know, that was what I was talking about. I was talking about Mark, San Juan La Union vlog today. He lives right down the street from me. So I was talking to him, and I was like, I've been here for almost 3 years now, and I have not traveled enough. I've not been to Boracay, not once. I've been on Cebu several times. I've been to Palawan. I've been to all over in Luzon, but I have not been to Boracay. I want to go to Iloilo. That's like very high on my list.
I can't believe you haven't been to Boracay. I mean,
never.
You've been here a long time.
Yeah. I don't know. I've always thought of it as like a younger crowd type thing, and I know I'm only 41 years old and I'm saying that, but like I'm talking like 20 somethings, and I'm like, and I've never really been much of a partier. Like, never really been my thing. I rarely ever drink even now. I've probably in 2024, I've had maybe 6 beers.
The beauty of, I think the nice thing about Boracay is you don't need to go there to, quite frankly, party. They have a lot of beachfront bars that have great live music. The island hopping, the snorkeling, the diving, jet skis, all kinds of water sports and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, Arlen and I aren't big drinkers at all.
See, I would love to, man, I wish I could get a bike down there. What I would love to do is fly into Iloilo, spend there a few days there, and then ride all the way up to the northern part of that island and then take the ferry over from there.
Wow.
That's what I would love to do if I had a bike down there.
I
would like to ride all the way from here down there.
How would you do that?
You'd go to Batangas and then probably to Mindoro, and then you'd go to the southern part of Mindoro, and they have a ferry over to Cataclan or whatever it is, and then but you can't get the ferry you can't put a boat on, and then the ferry's to Boracay. So from there, you'd have to be
on foot.
Bike. Yeah. Yeah. So I think like that's where you'd have to find a place to park your bike there. Yeah. I'm sure there is. But it's probably not easy to find. There's got to be, because I'm sure there's bikes and cars on Boracay, right?
I've never seen. I think I've seen scooters. I never saw a bike.
Okay, what about a car? Is there cars in?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So they got there somehow.
Yeah,
it must be a ferry somehow.
So Alex said his girlfriend wasn't a big fan of Manila, and it surprises me that you said, Alex, you said she loved Boracay, and man, you guys are out of Thailand. You have incredible beaches there.
Yeah.
That is something. Yeah, Bruce is getting married, but I don't know when yet, but it's soon.
Yeah. Cool.
Alex, we did party in Boracay one of the nights we were there. We have lightweights, so it didn't take much. It wouldn't take much for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've had probably 6 beers so far in 2024.
Yeah.
And like 3/4 of those little orange San Mig Light things. Because I'll invite every once in a while I'll go over to Mark's house. He lives just right down the street. San Juan La Union, Mark.
Yeah.
With him.
Paul's mentioning about this capacity to marriage for U.S. Embassy. I can tell you that the U.S. Embassy, when I went to the U.S. Embassy, Arlen and I got married here in the Philippines, and it is a prerequisite in Makati and we were told you got to have this capacity to marriage, okay, from the U.S. Embassy. When I went to the U.S. Embassy, they said, we don't do that. We haven't done that in 30 years. All right. And in the past,
Very Filipino.
yeah, in the past, it was the military that took care of it. But we're happy to give you a letter that says your passport is in good standing. Now, Bruce is on the fast path to marrying a Filipina here. And they told him he's got to have that. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens um, uh, and how he takes care of that, because I don't have a big answer. Alex, we're going to Phuket this weekend. Nice.
Very nice.
Nice. Ruby says, how about north, like Baguio, Sagada, Ilocos, La Union, Baylor? Lots of beautiful places there.
Stay tuned to the channel, folks. I'm going to take a ride all the way up the east side of the country, or west side of the country, in about 2 weeks.
Really?
I'm doing a big ride just alone, just to get away, and I'm going all the way up to that viaduct thing, all the way in like Pogod Pod. I'm going to stop and see a buddy of mine in San Fernando, La Union. I'm going to go to Vegan. I want to go to a couple other places, Luwag.
So you're going to go by 100 Islands?
I don't know if I'm going to go that far over. I'm probably going to take MacArthur all the way to San Fernando, which would bypass that. But I wouldn't mind. I might come back on the way back and go stop over there.
So how long a trip is it going to be for you?
4 days. I'm going to be doing about 5 hours, 6 hours of riding each day, and then just going to stop and hang out.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'll be really nice.
I'm going to go halfway up, and then the other half, then I'll spend the night in the north, and then I'll come halfway back, and then halfway back, and then go the rest of the way the fourth day.
Now, you've ridden up to Baguio before, haven't you?
Yep, I did. That was fun. That was a lot of fun because that's like, curvy up the mountain and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
And so for those of you that don't know, our guest, is really, this was just us testing stuff. It wasn't really meant to be a live stream, but CJ abroad. And I don't have anything even prepared to a sticker or anything like CJABRO. OAD. CJ abroad. He's been around a long time. CJ's just really, you know what? When, people say, I don't want to associate with expats, I don't want to be around expats. I got to tell you, there's plenty of good expats. Plenty of them. And CJ is one of them.
There are.
Paul says, Bruce, it was a nightmare for me and the missus. We had the wedding all planned and paid for. Had no idea about this. That was over 20 years ago, but you may want to check. Yeah, the embassy said to me they haven't done that in 30 years.
Wow. And when did you guys get married?
Arlen and I?
Yeah.
Don't ask those kind of questions with Arlen listening. Shit. 2017?
Okay.
2016, 2017.
So it's been 7 or 8 years then. And so now we're looking at 38
It's been,
years.
well, no, it's been 9 years.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh. Man, I'm going to have to make sure that door's locked. All right. If you guys see a pillow flying across, you'll know I got it wrong. Ruby, what does a passport in good standing have? Nothing, Ruby, but that's all they would say. I went to my lawyer and paid for a legal affidavit for civil marriage. So your lawyer was willing to make a call that you have the legal capacity to get married?
So I had to do that in Thailand, actually, because I had a Thai wife for 9 years. I got married in 2009 and divorced in 2017. So I actually had to I had to print off a little thing from my virtual MPF. It was basically military files that said I was single, and then I took that there to the embassy, and they gave me that legal thing to get married.
Huh. Okay.
So, yep. So that was in Thailand though. So, and that was 2009. I got married.
Okay.
But Thailand is way different because I got married in a courtroom in about 15 minutes. I got divorced in the same courtroom in about 15 minutes. It was, it was like I'm like, is this really? That was it? Like, so we walked in. 10 minutes later, we were no longer married.
Heath says, Mike, I've been meaning to ask you, what did it cost to dig the well and pressure switch for your province home? You know, Heath, I would have to go back and look. Um, I can tell you that we had to buy a tank, a water tank, a pump, the switch, and then pipe down. And I can't remember. It's been a couple of years now. Um, so I can't remember what it costs. But you know something, Heath? I will look for it. And my next live stream, if you ask, I'll have the answer. The San Fernando mayor told us this. We had to go to the embassy in Manila. Yeah, Bruce. You know what? You're in you're in territory I just can't give you a good answer for. I'm sorry, Alex. You're going to give me you are going to get me in trouble, Alex. Okay. Bruce says I just subbed to CJ.
Thank you.
Oh, you're going to get a California Bear. How you doing, CB? Good to see you. Most good expats that we've met in the Philippines are not YouTubers. Well, most of the expats in the Philippines aren't YouTubers.
Yeah.
When you look at the numbers, in all reality, Ruby, but I can honestly say that it's difficult to ignore volatile situations when they're directed at you independently. And that takes thicker skin. And it's something that we've had to come to adjust to. That's all. There are people that just want to trigger you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But then you meet people like CJ, you meet people like Alex, you meet people like Chubbs. I mean, they're good people.
Yep.
They really and truly are. He says divorce is considered a bad word in my book. Well, sometimes life just, I'm the last guy in the world, I'm on wife number 3. So, and she's a winner. I can tell you that.
So, in the military, I deployed so damn much when I was married. So it was like, no matter what, you're always changing. People are always changing. So we just changed in different directions. And when we got back, it was like every time I came back, it was like starting over. It was like 2 different people again.
Really?
Yeah. So that we just drifted apart so much. Then it was like, yeah.
Well, it happens.
Alex is right. It's super easy to get. Like, I haven't really looked into getting married here in the Philippines. I'm not ready to get married here, but I was married in Thailand, and like I said before, it was. We got there. We got married. It was 15 minutes in a courthouse, and then it was 15 minutes in a courthouse when we got divorced. I was like, all right. It cost me like 20 baht to get divorced, something like that. It was so easy.
Man.
Yeah.
Hey Todd, how you doing? How's things up there in Pennsylvania? I think if I'm right, I think you're up in Pennsylvania now. Hope you're doing well. Paul says, Ruby, me and the missus were already married. We just didn't know it. Hopefully, it's easy to do these days. But when I did it, only the embassy could issue it. Like Mike said, for me, it was decades ago. Yeah, keep it up, Alex. Keep it up. Arlene's got a trip planned. She's got a girls' week trip planned to Boracay. I might have to just visit Thailand.
Let's go.
AJ, how you doing? AJ says, just remember that you need to get a permit from the LGU and the DENR to dig a well on your property. Yeah, we had to get a permit from the LGU. We didn't have to get a permit from the DENR. Huh. You know, AJ, I might have to deal with that. I don't know. AJ, aloha, welfare, Mike, and food stamp, Arlen. You got it, AJ. I am broke. I am absolutely broke. I'm the poorest YouTuber in the Philippines. So, Ruby, just so you know, I did finish the video for tomorrow that will have the room and all the expenses for our Boracay vacation. So that'll give you an idea. Airfare from all the way down to the Grab XL that we had to get to take us to the airport, since there were 4 of us and 2 women with suitcases. That's in tomorrow's video. Alex, met a few YouTubers in person. They were good ones too, but I'm choosy. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
So
5:15. Most of those YouTubers here in Angeles City, I don't subscribe to and hardly ever watch. Like if somebody sends me a video, hey, check this part out, I'll go check it out. But I don't, like most of them, I don't subscribe to.
I subscribe to a lot of them, but I don't watch them. Not all of them. I mean, if they're people I know, I'll be honest with you, and I think I told you this already. If they're people I know, I'll turn on their video to give them the view and the thumbs up, and then I might go eat. Mm-hmm. And I don't necessarily watch the content because, you know, sometimes everybody has so many different interests.
Yeah. I watch most of Chad stuff. I watch most of JR stuff. Again, I always watch on my TV. And Chad and I went to the races over the weekend, so I didn't go Sunday, but I went Saturday with him. So his video that he just posted earlier today, I wasn't in it, but he'll be a little bit in mine when I finally get around to editing it.
How did Mark do Sunday?
He finished second.
Sunday?
Yeah, he had some differential car with his rear tire, some differential problem with his rear tire. Every time he would go around and turn and come off a corner, the right rear tire would come loose.
Oh.
So,
you know, I got a funny story. Are you into racing?
Yeah, I used to be really into racing.
So you know Richard Petty?
Yeah.
Okay, so when I came to the United States, I had to finish high school in the U.S. And when I finished, I had some friends, and we had this friend of ours named Stick. All right, this guy in high school was like 6'4", 6'5", skinny as a rail. So that summer, I am lifeguarding, and he drops by, and he says, Mike, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I said, what's wrong? What's going on? He says, I was too busy getting high to take the SATs. My parents think I'm going to college, and I haven't done anything. And it starts in like 5 weeks. So I said, you know what, Stick? I tell you what. Why don't you go to community college? All right? And tell your parents, you know, I don't want to waste your money. I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to go to community college. That was the best excuse I could come up with for him, you know. And that's exactly what he did. Well, you know, I'm no spring chicken. I'm kind of old. And this was back when computers were just getting, you know, they were doing programming and I don't know, whatever the hell it was and whatever. But they were teaching that, and he took classes in it. Well, he figured out he was okay at programming, but he was much better at selling the service of programming and hiring programmers and collecting in the middle. And that's what he did. Well, nice. He got approached by Petty Racing. And they designed these little gyro things or something like that went in Richard Petty's cars, and they could measure the G forces on different, and that's how they were predicting. They would do stuff till it broke, and that's how they were predicting when to replace stuff.
Wow.
But he got so much into this guy that had the best luck in the world. He married like the second biggest real estate firm daughter in North Carolina. All right. Into big bucks. All right.
Wow.
His business went crazy, and he loved, he loved being out there. And so he owns a racing team now.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what it's called or anything.
What's his actual name?
David Rogers.
David Rogers. Okay. No, I haven't.
Hey, Mike, I
haven't watched racing in years, but I used to be big into when I was a kid. Dale Earnhardt used to race and stuff like that. I was always a fan.
He doesn't race.
Yeah.
He has a driver, and I mean, he would give me pit passes and stuff like that, and event passes at Phoenix Speedway or whatever it was called.
Okay.
Way back in the day, but that's been like 20 years ago. Hey, Mike, I don't understand the burning desire of marriage. Do the women just like living? I don't understand the burning desire of marriage. Do the women just like living together? I don't know. Andy Omar. Oh my God. Andy Omar's in the room. I'll upload 10 advantages to being married to a Filipina in an hour. I can't wait to see what bullshit that is going to be. Oh, and now he says it's going to be truthful. Yeah. Alex says, I've never been married, never even been engaged. Just hasn't happened. I don't know, Alex. You're not getting any younger.
So he's going to be about 50 soon or something like that, right?
Yeah.
He's going to Brockeye for his 50th birthday.
Yeah. He said he's going to be, Barkeye for his 51st, Phuket for his 50th. Barry and the PI. We got married by the mayor of Des Marinas, so we had to file marriage with the city gov. We had to file a paper given to us. We had to wait 2 weeks. Yeah, they make it a pain to get married here.
I make everything a pain here for no reason.
Oh, man. Andy, only 10 good reasons? Come on, the number should be more. It's nice in PA. Yeah, it's warm here too. Actually, it was a pretty nice day today. We had a breeze all day at least.
Yeah, it was nice. I rode around all day. I got some work done on my bike, and was out almost all day today. It was a nice day. I was like thinking it was going to rain all day because it was like a little bit overcast. It's perfect all day.
Yeah, it was nice. Let's see here. Well, CJ, I thought you would have more options. We're going to have to do this again in StreamYard and see if you have the options. But I still think this is a good way for YouTubers to be able to get together. You could do it on a private basis where you don't have the general public, or you could invite the public to talk to the YouTubers, ask them questions. Alex says, I don't watch many YouTubers I know, but I go to their lives if they're live because I can work on my YouTube editing and listen at the same time.
You know what's funny is like I've been mainly a Philippines vlogger, but when I go over to Thailand, that's when I actually meet subscribers.
Really?
I meet people in the mall all the time when I'm there. Like, oh, CJ Broad, I watch your videos. I'm like, okay. I'm like, here? Because I've done a few, but nothing compared to what I did, do here.
Yeah. AJ says, who's on the panel? CJ, can you post a link to your channel again?
I didn't. Yeah, I can do that.
AJ's been with me for a long time now. He doesn't live far from us either.
Okay.
He lives up in Pangasina, I guess is the way you say it or whatever.
Okay.
But AJ's really nice guy. Really, really nice guy. His AJ, it's CJ Abroad.
Yeah, I just posted the link. But yeah. Yeah, see, I want to bring everybody in. Like, I think it'd be fun to just kind of all work together and stuff. Like, I mean, I'm the smallest channel, so it's, obviously people are helping me more than I'm helping them. But I'm sure there's somebody who watches my channel that can come over and be a subscriber on other people's channels and stuff.
But you know what, CJ? We all learned. I mean, people may not realize it. I learned a lot from you about cameras, about the technical aspects of different things about the cameras themselves. Mm-hmm. I think everybody brings something to the table.
Yeah.
What's the difference with university versus community college? So community college is not a 4-year degree bachelor's of program. They can have 4-year degrees, but they aren't bachelor's of. You know what? Maybe things have changed too. I haven't been to college in a long time, but it used to be, and I think it still is. They have courses and classes. You can get an associate's degree. You can do technical training. You can get a nursing degree in the U.S. without a bachelor's. Okay. But if you want a bachelor's degree, you would have to go to an accredited university. Mm-hmm. Racing dirt bikes and old cars.
Nice.
I love dirt bikes. Yeah, AJ's
today actually, but I don't think I'm gonna buy one.
No, you know what? I don't bounce the way I used to. There is no way.
I got a buddy of mine here who has like a MX track over by the mountain, Mount Riot.
Oh wow!
There's all kinds of jumps and stuff, and I'm like, man. He's like, oh man, you gotta come out here. You gotta come out here. I'm like, man, I will fall apart if I hit one of those jumps. Like, yeah, I'm only 41 years old, but 20 years in the military, man, and I'll tell you what, it takes a toll on your body. I was talking to a guy today, actually. I was like, the way I would do things when I was in the military, I'd be like, hey, we got to move all these like 5,000-pound pieces of rolling stock, to that airplane over there. It's 200 meters away, Okay, well, we have one truck to do it, and we have an hour to get it done. So you guys take the truck and keep going back and forth, and I'll just start dragging them. That's what I would do. And that's really not good for your back, your shoulders, your neck, your back, your legs, even knees. I'm just dragging a 5,000-pound trailer out, or pushing it. And
I had one of the girls in my office dated a guy who was a lineman, all right. A high lineman, for Cox Cable and all this stuff and everything. But his passion was like building cars and stuff like that and bikes, but really bikes, but street bikes. Yeah. All right. But he invited me to go with him one day, because he had a side gig. He would do these monster truck shows. And I mean these big ones, like in the Coliseum and stuff. He was actually the guy that would run it, the whole thing. He did not the promoter or anything like that, but in charge of the on the ground running it. Okay. And he was a X-bike guy. They would do these jumps and stunts and stuff like that. But he invited me one time to go meet like some of the famous guys. They were doing something in Phoenix and they had some stuff. And he said, come on down. And so I met this guy, Twitch. And if you've ever seen X Games, you'd be familiar with Twitch. He's like world famous. He is like or he was, this is like 15, 20 years ago, but like one of the top trick motorcycle jump guys.
Oh, okay. Nice.
All right. Except he's got Tourette syndrome. And so every other word out of his mouth, I mean, you'd be doing in mid flip in the air and you'd hear him, and it was hilarious.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So let's see here. I hit the vlogger trifecta when I was in Angela. Met Andy, Dr. Mike, and Philly. Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember. Well, yeah, we met. Absolutely. We met at a meet and greet, Todd and I did. So, all right. Well, look, this has been going an hour, and I don't want to keep CJ up.
Yeah, we talked about 15 minutes this morning. I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
But, at least now we know what we need to do to try StreamYard to see if you still don't have that ability. But otherwise, we'll figure out where to go next. Yeah, Alex says, yeah, you can learn from everyone. You're 100% correct. Mm-hmm. So, CJ, I'm going to continue on as long as people are watching and chatting and everything, and you're free to roll on or stick around, whichever one you want to.
I'll stick around for maybe 10 more minutes or something. This is kind of fun.
So
I like doing live streams myself too because it's more interactive.
So Ruby says, so it's a path to a science degree. It's a path to every degree. Community college can be in human social. I mean, it doesn't have to be a science degree. It can be a teaching degree. You can get all of your general electives for a 4-year college degree done in community college. So
I have a CCAF. That's it. I never did college. I just did military. Community college of the Air Force. That's
okay.
Pretty much everybody gets it because it's really only 5 classes, 5 regular university classes, and then all stuff you kind of get from the military. So I have a CCAF in air transportation.
Yeah. So what did you do in the Air Force, CJ?
My career field was air transportation. So basically everything you see at the airport, cargo, passengers. My specialty was like aircraft load planning, weight and balance and stuff like that. That's one of the things I like the most. And inspecting cargo for airlift worthiness, make sure it was safe to fly, and then load it on the planes. So yeah, all military aircraft and like 747s and stuff like that. Commercial.
So were you stationed in Europe or all
Twice.
Asia? Oh,
I was stationed in Germany and I was stationed in England. I retired out of England, RAF Lakenheath. Stationed in Ramstein for 3 years, Ramstein, Germany. I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan, and Korea, South Korea.
Wow.
And then twice in the States, Little Rock, Arkansas, and Herbert Field, Florida.
What the hell's in Herbert Field? Where?
Herbert Field, Florida. Yep, that's a FSOC headquarters, Air Force Special Operations Command.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'd never even heard of
yeah, it's in Fort Walton Beach. It's Northwest Florida near.
I know where Fort Walton Beach is. That's beautiful in that area.
Yeah, that was an awesome assignment.
That is a nice area.
Yeah.
Ruby says in the Philippines, to enter a reputable university, you got to have a high entrance score. Same thing in the U.S. Well, you know what? That's not true. That is not true. All right. In the U.S., you need to be Asian.
Yeah, we talked about that today. Remember?
Yeah, it pissed me right off. Pissed me off. Okay. You got to be to get into a good, high, reputable university. You need to be a minority. Period. And that's just the usual. That's just the way it is. University usually bachelor degree, master's, then doctorate degree. Those are from university. Yep. University, yeah, they are definitely, man. I'm gonna tell you what, my daughter definitely goes to a for-profit university.
College is so expensive now. Like I couldn't even imagine. Like I'm glad I went in the military.
Well, it wasn't. So undergraduate school for the bean, that's what I call my daughter, the bean. Undergraduate school for her was like, it was not expensive. It was like, because it was a state school.
Okay.
In California, and the California state schools are not expensive. It was like $35,000 a year. Okay, not counting lodging, food, stuff like that. Now, 60,000 a year, and by the time you throw in lab fees and other stuff, it's a $90,000 a year thing. So I got another 4 years of that.
See, that's being in the military. So I have my VA. So I'm 100%. My daughter will go to school for free.
Yeah, no shit. That's a great bargain. That is a great bargain.
Yep.
So AJ says it's 2 to 3 hours by bus from Daou. So if you're CJ, you can be there in an hour.
Yeah.
On the bike.
Yeah. It's a cruiser. It ain't gonna be that quick. Maybe if I bought a sport bike or something, but I think I would get uncomfortable within an hour on that little thing on a sport bike.
Nah, but your new bike is, I mean, how comfortable is that for long rides?
It's pretty comfortable because the way I put the pegs on there, so it's like I'm stretched out, nice and comfortable. Yeah, it's a good bike. It's pretty comfortable, and I have a backrest on there too, so I can just kind of lean back on that.
Ruby, you can get a bachelor's degree in a community college, but you have to look for them. Not all of them have it. There you go, WKC, and that's something that's changed. I mean, I haven't dealt with college, and well, you know what? I never dealt with community college. I never went to community college. I went to universities, but so things change. AJ says I'm closer to La Union and Baguio than Angeles City. There you go. I need to get up there to AJ though, man. I want some of his peppers. He grows hot peppers or peppers generally.
You know what I would like to do is actually get some like tomatoes from the U.S. and grow them here, see if they'll grow. Because like when I was a kid, we always have grow tomatoes like this big.
Yeah, no kidding.
All the ones here are tiny little things, and they're so much more like sweet. Like I need to. I'm gonna try to see if I can find them on some Amazon or something like that, and then just plant them here and see if they'll grow.
Beef eater tomatoes. That's what you need. That's the type. They're the big, nice, full tomato.
You slice it and put it on between two pieces of bread and have a tomato sandwich. Delicious.
Oh, I love tomato sandwiches. Love them. Quit. Man, Ruby, yeah, you'll see my 10 reasons or why it's an advantage. Good shit, CJ. Oh, Miami-Dade Community College now has a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Now it's way cheaper than the program, but the program is top in its field. Nice. In the Philippines, all you need is money to enter a reputable university. Yeah. You can't buy your way into, like, try and buy your way. You look at the people that got in trouble for buying their way into USC. What was it? I forget the actress, and she got her daughter in there, and then the coach
I remember this. Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but I do remember something like this.
So is CJ a real serviceman and not the fake Marine or Special Forces?
No, I'm not Special Forces like every other dude in this town. No, I'm just in the Air Force. I loaded airplanes.
CJ's one of the most down-to-earth people you're going to meet. He really and truly is.
I did deploy, did Afghanistan, all that stuff. It was, it is what it is. But, yeah, Chair Force, you got it right. I sat at a desk. I load planned airplanes with a computer, and then I went out and loaded them. That's what I did.
Oh.
It was fun, and I'm glad it's over with.
Ruby, just remember this: you has more scam universities in the world. When you go to a private, you have to be careful. Yeah, you know, ITT Tech was one, Apollo.
So I almost went to ITT Tech. I was actually looking to, when I was my senior year in high school, I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. I don't know if I want to join the military or not. So I went to ITT Tech, and they were like $27,000 a year for school, and I was like, I'll go in the military.
Oh, Barry says I went to the University of Texas right out of the Navy. Barry, I mean, I know you're not a minority, but, and you know how much I really appreciate you, but I mean, the Navy was still under sail when you got out. I mean, I don't even think they had steam yet. So it was a while back. So how much would a 4 or 5 year degree cost in the U.S.? It varies, Ruby. I can tell you it varies all over the place. It's going to cost for a bachelor's degree. If you went to a state school and you were in-state student and you lived at home and commuted to classes in Fart Snot, Arkansas, and it's a state school, you could probably
like it could be a city in Arkansas. That definitely sounds like it could be a town in Arkansas.
you could probably do it for about $15,000 a year, so 60 grand. But I mean, you take a look at some other places, NYU, Columbia, 60,000 a year. Duke University. Well, I can tell you right now. Well, I won't. Duke was way more than that, even that many years ago. So,
wow.
you know what? I remember writing a check for my first semester of undergraduate school at University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. And I was taking 18 credit hours, and it was $232 for the semester. That's how old I am.
One book costs more than that now.
It can. It absolutely can. JJ, the term the term for-profit was created by liberals who wanted to destroy tech schools in order to keep millions of dollars in their liberal arts programs. Those schools don't have to prove grad rates. I'm all about, JJ, I hate to say it. I'm all about kids pursuing their dream. If they want to be an artist, let them be an artist. If they want to be a ditch digger, let them be a ditch digger. If they want to be an Air Force pilot, let them be an Air Force pilot. If they want to drive a garbage truck, let them drive a garbage truck. I had a niece that up until the time she was like 13 years old, she wanted to be the Walmart greeter.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
High hopes.
But now she's a CPA now, but Brian says, of course the tomatoes would grow there. Well, we need to get some.
That's a great idea. I've been thinking about that. Just order them off Amazon or something.
Yeah, I bet I could in the province. I could find a way to do it.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it here I don't think I could do it on the balcony of my condo.
So I got a little yard. I got a space I could do it in easily.
AJ says all types of tomatoes will grow here, but the issue, I wonder if you can import the seeds. I wonder if you can, actually, would it be against the law to get the seeds here?
Yeah, that's what I don't know.
What do you grow on your farm, Hoppa? Ruby wants to know. Yep. Scholarships. AJ says during the rainy seasons, it'll need to be out of the heavy downpours like a makeshift greenhouse.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, but I would love a good, fat, good tomato.
Yeah.
Man, or man, crispy iceberg lettuce, tomato, and bacon. A real BLT.
Yeah.
JJ says the tech schools I was admissions director at taught airplane mechanics. They made great money after. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What do they call them? AP? Rated AP, I think. Something like that. Yeah, Todd's asking the same thing.
Yeah. See, I think probably if you started growing them in like December here, when it starts to cool off and the rain season stops, you have to go out and probably water them. But I think that would be like equivalent to like, I don't know. I'm from upstate New York originally, so we would grow in, July, June. We'd probably plant in like maybe May, and you would have tomatoes by July or somewhere in there.
Mogman is here. 60,000 maybe in the 90s. Well, it's been a while since I've been in school. I mean, my daughter's going to a private college now for vet school, and it's going to run about 93,000 a year.
Wow.
We barely had a Navy in the American Revolution. Poor Barry. I don't know. CJ, have you ever seen Barry in the PI?
I haven't. I'll look him up though.
Barry is a really interesting guy. He really is. He's been around. He's old as dirt, and he's a really nice guy.
Nice.
Mine, your numbers are way off. I don't know. I don't know. AJ, Todd actually needs to be snuck into the Philippines. All seeds need to be declared on the customs form. They need to. Okay.
So I'm thinking more along the lines of like trying to order them from Amazon.
Hey JJ,
come here? But
which numbers are way off? Where am I off? Which numbers? I'm sorry. Mogman's here. In the U.S., if you're black, poor, and intelligent, you can go to a college, university for free. It's possible. JJ, you're absolutely right. They like to keep people knowing less skilled workers. Shoot, I still want to be a Walmart greeter. Mogman. Welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out.
Yep.
If the tomatoes grow, would they grow based on dirt and weather unless you made a greenhouse?
Yeah, when you guys mentioned the greenhouse, it would require a greenhouse, especially during rain season.
Friends hand carry seeds and usually place them in between pages of a book or a magazine. There you go.
Okay.
Mike, what happens if the kid doesn't want to do anything? Stay at home, live with mom and dad. At my house, they'd get their ass kicked. Yeah. I don't know what you know what, Ruby? I don't know. I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah. CB, when you come on your next trip, bring us some beef eater tomato seeds. Bring them Yeah, not those kind of seeds, Andy. All right. Tomato seeds.
Yeah.
1986-90, my family sent tomato seeds to me every year when I was living in Subic. Had big fat tomatoes. Oh, nice. That's what we need to do.
I'm gonna grow some. I'm gonna see if I can't get them on Amazon and have them shipped here. I mean, it may come up as you can't even ship them here, so who knows? A lot of stuff on Amazon says you can't even ship it here.
It's possible. Ruby, then sounds like the parents babied the kid and didn't teach him anything. Yeah, I can't imagine. I can't imagine my kid being lazy and doing nothing.
Yeah.
When ordering seeds from companies outside the Philippines, the issue is trying to get them past the Philippines Postal Service, and most times it'll get confiscated.
Okay.
Okay. Andy, 93 a year with books included. That's not a bad price for vet school. No, it's not. I mean, and it's a private university. Well, that's just tuition and tuition. Hold on, tuition, lab fees, books, and the required stuff that they have to get. Like there's like prosthetic stuff that they have to pretend to operate on, and they have to have special boots for when they're working with large animals and stuff like that. That doesn't count room and board and drinking on Thursday nights with the girls or friends.
What does a vet make? Like, what does she expected salary?
Nothing.
Oh.
I mean, let me put it like this. There's a lot of different options. Yeah. If she's willing to be a large animal vet, she could be 180, 240 a year. Okay. If she wanted to be a USDA inspection vet, that starts at like 130, 140. But if she wants to stick thermometers in the butts of chihuahuas,
yeah,
you're talking 75,000 a year. So it's just going to be on what they decide.
Yeah. Okay.
I bought some seeds last time we were in the USA. I had no problem bringing them in. I just have a problem with getting my skinny butt up to do something. Oh, and Barry, are you saying you've got some tomato seeds? You don't live far from me. AJ, I'm not trying to end up shitting in a hole with 52s watching over some tomatoes. Oh, A&P, airframe, and power plant. There you go. Yeah. The cost for a liberal arts school degree is way higher. No. You can get a liberal arts degree, JJ, at California. California State, any California State school. All right. But if you wanted to go to a real liberal arts degree school, not much more liberal than Humboldt. All right. They're high from the time. I mean, they wake and bake every morning. All right. They're in the middle of the biggest weed area. I mean, that's as liberal as you get. And California State Humboldt is a $18,000 a year tuition. I know that because my daughter said, if worse comes to worse, I'll go there. And I said, no, you won't. Ruby, my kid is 8. If he doesn't want to do shit by the time he's 18, I failed as a parent. He's getting kicked out. Good plan B. You want that heirloom tomato seeds. Those are the juicy, fat tomatoes. I don't know. I just want juicy, fat tomatoes. Wow, for $93K, that's super good. Those props and books are expensive too. Yeah, they are. They are. The unknown scam with education is the government acts like they do students a favor by raising the Pell Grant limits, but then the university, sure. It's all a scam.
Yeah.
All right. Mike, it'll be more if those chihuahuas are from high profile. It will, Ruby. I'll admit. It will. Okay. But there are only so many high profile people in a town and only so many with chihuahuas.
Yeah. If you can be a vet in like Hollywood or something.
You could be a vet on a cattle ranch.
Yeah.
And you'd be knocking down 120 a year. But you'd have to be a big cattle ranch.
Yeah.
I was talking to Cowboy about that. I was really, because his family's in that business,
Yeah.
and man, they use vets a lot.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Ruby definitely has so many opportunities not to fail.
Yeah.
Dave Rogers passed away 2019. I don't know Dave Rogers. Do you know Dave Rogers?
He was the guy you were talking about with the NASCAR.
Oh,
Yeah. Was it?
oh, Dave Rogers passed away in 2019. Who's Dave?
The guy that sticks or whatever? Stick? The guy that
Stick?
you. Yeah. Didn't you say his name was Dave Rogers?
David. Yeah. I can't believe that. Wow, he was. I'll have to look that up. Thank you, Aussie Steve. Thank you. Um, Triad school or enlist in the military. I think you know what. I think the military does a great job of teaching people trades,
Yeah.
trade schools. Um, I mean, I got. I mean, if you want to learn how to fix a diesel engine, the military will teach you. If you want to learn how to operate a nuclear reactor, the military will teach you. If you want to learn, how to weld, the military does all that. So it's not like they call Ace Plumbing when there's a problem with the toilets.
Yeah.
People are trained.
See, if I could have done it all over, I probably would have been a mechanic. Because, you get ASC certified in the military, and you can get ASC certified in the Air Force anyway. So you become basically a master mechanic while you're in. You can get out and get a pretty decent job, working for anybody.
Yeah.
I can tell you firsthand that when I got out of the Air Force, I went over to a couple of airports, and I was like, "Hey, I have all these qualifications," and they were like, "Cool story, bro. You can start at the bottom. You can load bags." I was like, "No, I'll just go retire over in the Philippines."
Andy says,
starting at $12 an hour, and I was like, $12 an hour? I've been doing this shit for 20 years. I made more than that in the Air Force. Like, no, I'm good.
wow. Wow. So Andy says, like a mechanic, she has to hustle, sell Chihuahua vitamins, make up something wrong with the dog, deficiencies. It's how they get people here. It's like the mechanic. Normal vets not owning their own practice or USDA family vets make as much as a nurse. Yeah. Something? All I want is my daughter to be happy with whatever she chooses to do. And if she's happy, she'll be good. And if she's good, she'll be in demand. Every time I take my dog to the vet, even the littlest reason costs me $300, $250. Yeah. Vets in LA generally do really well by scamming. Took our dog to one who said he needed a $5,000 operation. Second opinion, pinched nerve, muscle relaxant, $150. Airport mechanics make bank.
Yeah.
So Mogman says, little known job. There are very few in the U.S. become a nuclear power inspector. Started $1,600 an hour plus travel, food, expenses. My bud did it. Pulled loads of money. Was very busy. Wow.
Yeah.
I worked when I was in college. I worked for a nuclear power inspection company that did non-destructive testing and evaluation at nuclear power plants. They all made money. Are U.S. military wages tax-free? I don't think so. Didn't you pay taxes, CJ?
Yep. Yeah, the only thing that's not taxes is like housing allowances and maybe some other special duty pays or something like that. And then when we deploy, it's tax-free. Federal taxes are, I never paid state taxes. I couldn't tell you if it was state tax free too, but I was always a Florida resident, so federal taxes are exempt while you're deployed.
But VA is tax free. I don't know
Yes,
what's
that's correct. VA. My pension is I pay federal taxes, but nothing else. But the VA is tax free.
So like disability, something like that. Okay.
Yep. My VA, my pension's $1,800, so like it's not a lot of taxes I'm paying. So
don't be like the military retired guy in Australia who got arrested for spying on China, for spying China working as a pilot. Nah.
no.
U.S. wages are taxed. Yeah.
Yeah.
I paid shitloads of taxes. I still pay taxes. No way around it. Okay. That's it for me.
Yeah,
It's been enough.
Sounds good.
Look, folks, I appreciate everybody dropping in. CJ, thanks. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on.
I'm sorry we didn't get what we wanted to try and figure out, but maybe next time.
Yeah.
All right. And everybody else, take care. And CJ, we'll talk to you later. You know where you can find me on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yep. All right.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for being here.